Oh, welcome back to Feelspeak, where we speak what we feel every day, 365. What's Gucci, guys? I'm here, downtown Atlanta, on Peachtree Street. We're going to Starbucks, the Reserve. There's only like one of them in the South. We're gonna be hyped up, try cold brew flight. So this Starbucks is a little different. They have a fucking menu. On the back, there's a cold brew flight. That's the one that I'm getting because I like iced coffee, and honestly, it's just refreshing. That's like the way to go. But yeah, I'm sitting at a coffee bar and I got a bagel as well because I feel like I need something to wash the coffee down. Can we just take a minute to sort of appreciate that presentation? It's phenomenal. It's beautiful. Okay, so I walked in there and I said I wanted a cold brew flight, and you know they have this sick menu. I don't know if you all heard that I said this, but they have this sick menu. Most Starbucks don't have it, but I guess since this is like a Starbucks Reserve, that's like Reserve kind of implies that it has exotic coffees from Starbucks all over the world. This is the only one in the South. There's one in New York. There's one in Seattle. It's kind of small because it's downtown, but I'm not tripping because look, I got like two little brews, but they're really just two different types of cold brew. This is the cold brew nitro. You can kind of tell by the foam on top. It's the nitrogen is infused with the coffee, and then this is the regular just cold brew, run of the mill, like put it in the fridge and let it steep, and then it gets colder. This one's actually served on ice, and then this one is served without ice, probably because of how smooth the texture is going to be. Yeah, man, this place is cool. All the baristas have the freaking hats on and shit, so the fedoras on. It's funny, but yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the nitro one. You can tell by the foam, and it's a little browner. I mean, the camera's not really doing it justice, but it has like hints of brownness into it. I'm just gonna smell it first. Oh. I actually inhaled some of the coffee beans, but it's kind of fine because it kind of reminds me of when I used to like inhale hand sanitizer when I was younger. But anyway. It's really smooth. Like, you know how birds have like gullets or whatever, like giblets in their neck, where like I think it like catches food that they shouldn't eat or some shit. Mine just like slid right past the gullet. I didn't even feel it entering my ecosystem. It sort of insanguated into my mouth. This is where coffee grounds go to die. That was good. Up next is the regular cold brew I want to try. This presentation first, like it's flawless presentation. It looks like I'm just like drinking alcohol out front of the patio downtown. But anyways, this is just the regular cold brew with ice. Gotta smell it. You know, they smell the same. They're actually the same coffee. One's just infused with nitrogen. But I like this one better. It's colder. It's like more refreshing because I think of the ice. And I don't know, I just feel like it's hot out. It's like 95 degrees. So when you sip this, it kind of, I don't know. I like my sweet tea really cold. So the nitrogen, like, it's not as cold as the actual one with ice in it. Maybe because it's served without ice. Maybe you can't just serve nitro cold brew with ice. That probably would take away from the smoothness. But I'm actually fucksing with this a little more. Hell yeah. And I got a bagel as well because I'm kind of hungry. It's an everything bagel with cream cheese. And I just wanted it to like wash down the aromatics of the coffee, you know? Crescendos and the waves of the coffee as it hits my palate. Because I'm on a relatively empty stomach. I'm always on an empty stomach. Solid, like 6.5 bagel. Holy shit. Okay, this is like $7. Don't get this if you're thirsty. Because if you're thirsty, It's like 4.5 ounces each. It's like 8 ounces. I'm a big boy. I'm 180 pounds. I need a little more liquid. I might go back in and actually get like a venti just to be that guy. Taste is straight though. Okay, I just finished the bagel and I realized something. The cream cheese that came with it, it's really good, bruh. Like, I'm just eating cream cheese with my finger at this point because I don't know, my mom's white, so I think cream cheese is like in our blood. But anyways, I'm gonna finish this nitro real quick. I'm gonna just chug it. It's not that good. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think it's a little too strong. I don't, like, I like strong black coffee bitter, but the nitro just feels like it's a little like too espresso-y. I don't know why. But the regular one, like, I could drink a solid gallon of this and be Gucci'd out. But this is like, it's just not as warm. I don't know. I'm gonna add ice to it and see if it like heightens the depth of flavor or whatever. Actually, you know what? A better idea. That's good. So it's really just the cold. I just like cold coffee, I think, because that's actually tasted good. I fucked it up. But I'm still thirsty, so I'm gonna go get another round. I'm like dead serious. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, so I got the Bali. I went back in because I was thirsty, like I said. I got the Bali Bitter Volcano. And when I told the girl, I think, you know, it's funny because they all have fedoras on. You think they know everything about coffee, but I said I want the Volcano, and she acted like I was speaking a foreign language. So I just kind of broke it down for her and said I want the Bali Bitter Volcano, the only coffee that has volcano in the name on y'all's menu. And she was like, oh yeah, cool, let's do that. So it came in this cool cup. You can't really see, but it has an R right here. I don't know, I think it's overexposed because the camera is super wide angle. And the cup is super sexy. Like, this is a Starbucks cup. My uncle actually wanted me to get him one of these. Wow, this is good. Like, I don't want it to be like seem like a forced reaction, but this shit is actually pretty good. Let me sip some more, then I'll get back to y'all. It has like, I'm really into bitterness. I sort of chase bitterness in my coffee because, I don't know, I don't like sweet. I don't want it to be like milky or creamy. That's why I'm like not a big fan of the nitro cold brew. You know, if I was really to like sit down, I know this is supposed to be like a coffee review. I love bitter coffee. This is bitter. And a lot of people out there, like, bitter is bitter for a reason. People like bitter things. So I think if you like a bitter cup of coffee, you gotta come to the Starbucks Reserve, downtown Atlanta, Midtown, Peachtree Street, where all the thug gang shit happens, and you gotta get one of these. And really just try it, but get one without adding cream or sugar at first. Because I know people say like, oh, you're a coffee purist, you think everything has to be black and warm. It's like, no, I like my coffee black and cold, like my soul or my heart. And yeah, dude, this is straight. And people keep looking at me in there, like I had a camera. I feel kind of weird, and then some girl took my spot. You know, I'm not tripping, but you know, I see how it is. I see the systematic oppression going on in there. Oh yeah, something else I kind of wanted to bring up. I think there's sort of this common misconception that you can't have a good cup of coffee at a Starbucks. Like, the best cups of coffee are at some mom and pop shop out in the middle of nowhere or off to the side. And in reality, that's just not true. The coffee from Starbucks is Gucci. And I understand, like, their main coffee brew, it just seems like, you know, Pike or their dark roast. It's like they don't really go expand on where it's from. It's from somewhere off the Asia Pacific Ocean somewhere, but that's not very specific. And this shit is Gucci'd out. I've had some pretty good cups of coffee at Starbucks, so I don't think that because it's like corporate and mainstream that it can't be good. But it's not like I haven't had a good coffee shop at a mom and pop shop. There's a sick coffee shop down where I live called Brash that has this good coffee from Guatemala that's amazing, you know. But you know, my DNA is sort of infused with this coffee because I get it all the time, and I'm really used to it. So when I taste other bitter coffee, it's kind of like, it's good, but you know, my body's so used to Starbucks at this point. But I mean, I still like other coffee. I'm not gonna say I don't. And you know, it's interesting because coffee grounds go to die here. Like legitimately, they insanguiate. I saw the girl literally pressing them down, smashing them, and then pouring water over the top of them. It's like this is where coffee goes to fucking die. And because the coffee dies, you know, we have caffeine and it tastes good and we're amped up, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you, coffee.